city like Anoka requires a lot of upkeep and attention to its historic buildings and properties. Especially in an ever-changing world with different codes and ordinances needing to be enforced every year, it is a big job to hold all property owners accountable to all safety and maintenance measures the city requires. Enter Keith Demarest, the newest member of Anoka's community development team, whose job title casts a large net over many responsibilities.
I am the City of Anoka's assistant building official, rental inspector, and code enforcement officer. For this position, with the different hats that this position wears, you have to be a constant scholar. You have to be learning constantly. I can change hats from doing a building inspection, doing a rental inspection, doing code enforcement. At the same time, you're constantly in contact with the residents. I'm an extrovert. I'm from New Jersey. I'm a big extrovert, so I enjoy being out there, brushing shoulders with people.
I got a chance to tag along with Keith on an apartment inspection to see what he looks for before new renters move in.
Here we are. So for a rental inspection, I do have a list that I've gone by in the past, but I've done so many of them that it's sort of stuck in my head now. Make sure the building's got hot water in a timely manner. Oh, music to my ears. Same thing here. New detector in here. Love it. Looking for like stress cracks over the windows. Looking for broken windows. If it catches your eye, as a bystander, it probably catches my eye too. That's what we're looking for. And these places are all in really good shape. If you were to go into a neighborhood to possibly buy a house, even before you land at that house, you're going to make a decision of, do I even want to live in this neighborhood? That's where I come in. Here are some of the common codes that we use. We created a door hanger out of it so that when I am driving around, my mind is already looking for these topics. So I know once I find one, all I have to do is complete this. It takes me 30 seconds. I snap a picture of it, leave it on the door, and I'm on to the next one.
In a historic town like Anoka, some older buildings who were not built to the standards of today's codes are dealt with individually as situations for enforcement arise.
Look at this old structure. So even just going from the outside to the inside, it's sort of conflicting because the outside, it looks like a 100-year-old building. On the inside, it's very nicely updated. Now, if they did a major overhaul, if that comes into play, then yes, they would have to meet today's code.
And before arriving in Anoka, Keith already had an extensive career in serving and protecting others.
I spent 20 years as a first responder. That's between being a police officer, a firefighter, and also an emergency medical technician. So prior to that, I was active duty in the Marine Corps for about 8 years. I do have a bachelor's degree through Metropolitan State in criminal justice as well. I want to see the city thrive. I want to see the city be healthy, financially, physically. I want to see it be safe. When we are mandating that an apartment complex installs a couple hundred smoke detectors, that code changed because something tragic probably happened to prompt that code update. So, when we enforce these codes, it's not willy-nilly. They didn't just pull these codes out of the air. It's something tragic probably happened to prompt that code to change. I enjoy city work. I enjoy coming in here and working for 14,000 people. And some of us just have that glitch that we enjoy doing that. And I've adopted this town. I'm going to be here for 20 years. This is my final career. I've told my department head that as well. I came back to public service because I enjoy being here. I'd say more than half the days that I go home, I feel either challenged or I feel like I made a difference for the better. Me, this position is here for the health, life, safety of this city, period.